Right, hi. George has asked me to do a quick demo on how I do my back scenes. I've done my own back scenes on virtually all my layouts now since Kingsmill in 2008. So this is just a quickie to show you basically how I do it. Dulux tester pot. First Dawn is the colour. It's almost like a Wedgwood blue. I've had this since 2008. I keep on adding a bit of water and it's still working today. So this is what we're going to start off with. I've given it a good shake up and we'll see how we do. We'll start off with the sky. Remember, skies are always bluer at the top, white towards the horizon. Just put it on. It's probably going to be a little bit blurry because my hand's moving probably a bit too fast for the camera, but it'll just give you some idea.
It's not the camera, it's the cameraman.
It's the cameraman.
I can't keep up with it.
The one behind the camera. So just work your way down the paper.
That looks like sky, doesn't it?
Yeah. This is actually white-faced hardboard I'm using. Ordinary hardboard from Builders Merchants.
Shiny side.
White side out. The other side is just the normal hardboard rough side that you get. And come on down. Don't worry if there's gaps. There's white bits in the sky anyway. So don't worry about that.
Would you not use a bigger brush?
No, there's no way. If you had a big board and you had loads of a newish pot, then you could do. Then it's not a problem. And then we come right down towards the bottom, and we just let it sort of fade out a bit there.
Can I have a go with my brush?
No, you can't.
No.
Right. We've got a little bit of tissue here, and I've just dampened the corner a little tiny bit. We've got a couple of little spots there. You can do this when it's wet, or you can do it when it's dry, and you can just put in some bits of cloud.
That's ordinary tissue, is it?
It's ordinary tissue, and just work in a few bits of cloud, and then let that fade out a bit towards the horizon, just like that. And that's all there is to it. I need that tray with all the paint in it down there, please, George. I did forget that.
I thought you was going to put an Australian accent on
Well,
it.
there you go. Right.
Rolf Harris.
Okay. This tray, it comes from the freezer. You buy 10 for £1.
Oh, ice cube box.
Ice cube box. Yeah, I've had this since 2008. I've still got the other 9. So as you can see, I don't get through that many of them. Right. We're going to use a bit of ordinary countryside. This is Copeman watercolours. A little bit of sap green.
What? Sap green, is it?
This is sap green. A little tiny bit just on the corner. I also use a little tiny bit of phthalo blue, if I can find it.
Are they acrylic paints then?
That was a watercolour. I mixed them up, I don't worry about that. This is phthalo blue, Winsor & Newton, and it's the green shade of the blue. The blue is extremely strong. You're going to use virtually none of that at all. So just a little tiny dollop of that in the corner there as well. I'll pop the top back on that one, so probably won't be using any more of that. But the other one that you will use is the titanium white. And would you believe it, the top's on there pretty solid.
So it must dry out a bit then.
Yeah. You can edit this bit out, can't you? And the titanium white, we're going to use quite a bit of titanium white. Again, it's Winsor & Newton. The other white that is very good.
Oh, you're not mixing them all together
No,
then?
don't mix them together. Leave them at this stage to be just a little bit in there like that. So, just an ordinary number 10 brush. Bit of water on the brush. Find another spare hole. And we'll put a little bit of white in there, a very, very smidgen of blue. Okay, you can see how much blue's on the tip of the brush there. I've used so little blue. And then a little bit of the sap green. Towards the horizon, it'll be almost a greyish colour. Grey is probably depending on the weather, you've got greys, you've got bluey horizons, you've got various colours on the horizon, and to do the horizon it's just a case of take that and we'll just put a little bit of colour on there to give us a horizon. If you want to put a bit more white on the brush, I've just dabbed on the brush now, a little bit more white, gone over the top of there, and nothing too fancy. You can even just now keep on adding white and just up near the horizon and just keep on filling it in, and you'll see on there we're getting more and more white. There's a little tiny bit of blue on there, a little teeny weeny bit of bluey colour, and you can see how strong the blue has come straight away, so you've got to get rid of that because the blue is too strong. White is the best colour for getting rid of colour.
What are you actually trying to paint?
Right,
is that a country scene?
This will be a country scene, bit of a hillside, bit of a just out in the wilds, and just a little bit there. That's going too strong there, so again you just get the white and you can just keep on coming down and down and down with it so that you get in different colours as you come on down. The beauty of acrylics is you can go over the colours, and acrylic will let you do this. So then you can just mix a little bit more white, a little bit more green, bring them in together and just bring the green down over so that you're getting other shades. You can use a yellowy colour, that will give you another shade as well, but all the different shades, they all help. I've also got here a cheapy acrylic. These are £1, and this
Where did you get them from then?
This is from just a craft shop. This is called Vermilion. It's a bit too green for a normal colour, but when it's mixed with other colours it actually comes out quite nice. You can mix it on the pot, a little bit of sap green with it, quite a bit of white with it, and then you can get another colour to come in. That just needs a little bit more of the white
so
on
that's
it.
the basic of the faraway hills, is it?
Yeah, this is the basics of the faraway hills. The nearer you come to you, the stronger you need to be coming with the colours.
Is this dry yet?
That'll be almost dry, yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah. And then you come on down and you just keep on adding.
Could you not use oil paints?
You can use oils, you can use just watercolours, you can get them from a pound shop, kiddie set, and do
They
it that
take longer
way.
to dry though, don't they?
No, I mean if you use a watercolour and you don't mix water with it, then it's amazing what you can do. Just put a drop of brown with it now, and this again is the Ordinary Artist acrylic, cheapy brown. And again a little bit of that, won't want too much of that. Just going to mix it with the green, and that just gives you a slightly darker colour then.
More earthy.
Come
isn't
on
it?
there, yeah, more of an earthy colour to come on down towards the foreground. And then you're starting to get some hillside sort of shapes in the distance. Again, if you see something you don't like, you just get the white and you just go over it and you change it. Change the colour, just give it a little bit more tone and colour and that sort of
So
thing.
you can't put too much colour on them.
No, you can't. And the beauty of this as well, once you've actually got your colour on, you stroke it down in the way the hill would go. You can actually then bring it in to actually form sort of hills and valleys and that sort of thing. I've got the light a little bit in my eyes here, but I'm not too worried about that. But
Which light's that then? This one?
No, you're right. Don't move it at the moment because otherwise I won't see a thing. Blinds with that. Blinds with that.
Rolf Harris was never this hard, you know.
I know. And then, again, as I say, as you come down towards the foreground, the fields are getting bigger,
It's getting darker as well.
getting darker. It's also getting a lot larger, and you can put in some larger bits and pieces like that. So that's your basic hillside coming on down. What we'll do, we'll just add a bit more water into there, a little bit more of the sap green, we'll mix that up, and then we'll put in some strong colour down here now
Looks quite
for
good
this
to me.
piece here.
It's good from a distance, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, once you've got it done, you can play around to your heart's content with it and do all sorts of things with it. You can really just give it all sorts of colours and tones and textures. I'll show you what we're going to do down here in the foreground in a minute. But okay.
So all those brush marks, they give it texture.
They give it sort of a texture, but they also give it like the lay of the land, if you like. And then you've got other things that you can use as well. Right, what I'm going to do now, a little bit of detail on the horizon. Okay, I've taken a smaller brush now. I'm going into the white, and I'm going to go back into the original colour that we started with. And again, just a little teeny weeny bit of blue. And we're going to put in some hedgerows and fields and that sort of thing along here, and just follow the contour of the land a little bit and come on down in here. Remember, the base of the hedgerows and that sort of thing generally are straight, and then I'm going up there and putting a few trees in and that sort of thing. Sometimes I use a greyish blue for this, the reason being then you can get more colour choices and that sort of thing coming in with it. That was a little bit too dark. If it's too dark,
that looks like the fields.
Yeah,
in the distance.
That's it. And
hedgerows.
You just play around with it to your heart's content. And as I say, just bung in a few trees as you go. There's some trees there on the horizon. And that's coming down there towards the fields, a little bit like that. And it's as easy as that, just to get a little bit of shape and contour and a little bit of feel. It gives you more of a shape to the hillside if you can do that. And so you don't put trees on all of them, but you do put trees on, it just adds a little bit to it. And remember, the trees are fairly dark out on the horizon there. As you come nearer to you, add a little tiny bit more blue to it, a little tiny bit more brown to it. Mix it all up, nice and wet again. And then you can come down here and you can just put in another little bit going up across the field there. And that's got some trees in it there. Going across, and that's disappearing back down in there. And you've got a hillside there, and there's some more trees in that bit there. And there's some trees back in here. It's got a better view of what I'm trying to achieve. It's difficult with the camera, but
it needs to come up a bit from the top, so we're losing a bit of glare. That's better. We can see what you're doing now.
Okay, so again, I'm just going to pick up a little bit of colour, and just on the hillside here, just come on down and
come on down.
Just put some bits on the hillside down there.
It's looking effective, actually.
Okay, so we'll get, can't quite see what I'm doing here, but never mind. And then in here we want some dark colour, we want a little bit of a sap green again, and pick up some more vermilion in here. And we're going to go for some bigger trees here. Don't be too fussy with your trees. Trees are all shapes, all sizes, to all people. And then you can just add a little bit in there for your hedgerow again, and just put bits in so that comes along.
You have got a look of distance there as well.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of perspective, a little bit of distance there, and it's already starting to come together. Now, if you want to do a foreground, one of the things with the foreground is it's going to be fairly strong. So again,